And as the Senate impeachment trial continues, two GOP lawmakers tasked with defending the president are speaking out about Adam Schiff's dishonesty and the need for more witnesses. One America's John Hines speaks with Representatives John Ratcliffe and Debbie Lesko on Capitol Hill. Take a look.
Texas Congressman John Ratcliffe and Arizona Congresswoman Debbie Lesko are two of the House lawmakers the president has asked to help with his defense as the Senate continues with its impeachment trial. One America News caught up with both lawmakers to get their take on how things are progressing. Take a look. Is it possible that Mr. Schiff is hiding some exculpatory testimony that would be to the president's benefit?
Well, I can say this because I've said it before. The Democrats keep saying there were 17 witnesses in the impeachment inquiry. There weren't. There were 18. I was in the room for the second person interviewed in this impeachment inquiry.
Which was Mr. Atkinson?
The Inspector General of the Intelligence Community. There's a 179-page transcript that Adam Schiff hasn't turned over. I don't think anyone in America believes that if there were a transcript of sworn testimony that was helpful to Mr. Schiff and the Democrats and harmful to the President of the United States, that everyone in the country wouldn't have seen it by now. The reason we haven't is it's the opposite. It's not helpful to Mr. Schiff. It's not helpful to the whistleblower. It's not helpful to their credibility or their motivations. I can't get into the details of it because it remains classified based on the decisions of Mr. Schiff and how he set that up, because he was allowed to be judge, jury, and prosecutor throughout this impeachment process in the House. Again, just another reason why this was a flawed, broken, corrupted impeachment process from the beginning.
But is it by rules of justice, if there's exculpatory information, isn't someone obligated to disclose that?
Well, under the rules of the House, that interview of the Inspector General was taken what's called under executive session privileges.
This is the Intelligence Committee.
The Intelligence Committee. The only way that transcript can be released publicly is if there is a vote of the committee, a vote that has not been called by Chairman Schiff. Even if he called a vote, Democrats are in the majority on that committee. They don't want that testimony to become public.
First of all, I think it's very suspicious, the timing of this leaked information about a draft book that Bolton did. I mean, this is all coordinated. It's time to try to influence some of the Republican senators to call for witnesses, because then the Democrats know that this is going to be drug out over months and months and months, and this entire deal is just about influencing the 2020 election. So I would hope that Republican senators would not buy into this Democrat ploy and vote against witnesses.
Of course, Arizona, too, the senators there are some of the ones who are thought to be wavering. What do you hear from people in Arizona, one way or the other, about the president, despite all this impeachment headlines?
You know what I hear the most? They're sick about this whole impeachment thing, and we need to remember who brought this forward. It was the Democrats. It was not the Republicans or President Trump. It was the Democrats, and they did so before the Ukrainian call, and I am convinced that if the president is acquitted, they're probably going to bring forward other articles of impeachment again, because it's all about influencing the 2020 election.
John Hines, One America News, Capitol Hill.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.